Well, hello friends. This is Q, and this video is the part 2 to my last video, You Are Psychic. To be clear, my intention is not to delve too deeply into this one topic, since I have covered these topics more in depth in other places. The Occult Realms channel is not about one subject or two, but many different topics. If you'd like to get more information on developing your own natural gifts, let me know in the comments. As you can see, I'm in my car doing as usual, my videos will be impromptu. They will have a minimum of editing, but they will be genuine and hopefully very helpful to you in practical ways. To give a quickie recap of the last video, if you're a total beginner, then step 1 to developing your own psychic sense is becoming more aware of the stream of your thoughts in the course of an entire day. Just constantly thinking, checking in on the stream of your thoughts to see what ideas, thoughts, images, impressions are passing through your mind. Impressions are received by most people, but they will usually ignore them entirely or dismiss them as quote-unquote just my imagination. So there's that. The number 2 is to intentionally ask for information and impressions about people, places, things. Try writing them down if possible, and then afterward try to get information on the accuracy of those impressions. And this is important because at some point you want to be able to distinguish between what is an impression you're getting that is purely imagination, just coming from inside of your head, and what is actually your psychic sense trying to insert itself into your stream of consciousness using the faculty of imagination. Like with everything else in life, with practice, your psychic impressions will become more frequent and they will become more accurate. I thought it would be helpful to dispel some misconceptions and common stereotypes about what it means to be psychic, and maybe a few pointers on spotting bogus psychics and charlatans. Number 1. Any psychic that claims to know all and see all answers to your questions on any topic is lying to you. After a lifetime of being a psychic and doing readings for a great many people, I can tell you that these claims are completely false. Any genuine psychic will tell you that the psychic sense is a wonderful gift. It can be a source of tremendous information and insight and a lot of good things. But psychics are not gods. They are not all-knowing. Even when they have a legitimate gift, they can occasionally misread those impressions. In other words, psychics can be wrong. And yet the value of the impressions that we do get and give to them are of such value that most of my clients come back to me year after year after year. So there is value there, but psychics can be wrong, as I myself have been on numerous occasions. But fortunately, the times that we're wrong is a small percentage. Remember that psychics are human beings and they have the same weaknesses and frailties as other people. I went to a psychic once, for example, and I discovered that this psychic had genuine gifts. But I also discovered that this psychic was unethical and tried to drain me of as much money as possible. One of those individuals that give all psychics a bad name. Fortunately, I didn't become one of her victims. The future is not set in stone. Predictions of the future are subject to your own freedom of choice. You can change what the future holds by changing your mind, your actions, and your life course. Also, I'd like to point out that psychic impressions are not a weird experience, and they don't require you to be in a trance state. In fact, they feel quite normal. Most folks don't hear voices. Most psychics, rather, don't hear voices from spirit guides, although some do. I get almost all of my impressions from pictures and images that come through the faculty of my imagination, but I also get impressions that are emotions, and I get impressions, sometimes physical impressions as well, directing my mind to a part of my body that corresponds to the person I'm being read, and in that way I can give them information about it. The last thing I'd like to cover today is the source of psychic impressions. Half of my life I spent in a Christian church. And back then we were taught that any kind of supernatural abilities and special knowledge was something that you could only read about in the Bible. And that since the Bible was finished being written, those things for righteous people had basically ceased. Any kind of special knowledge or supernatural gifts in modern times had to be the work of the devil and the demons. I can tell you this. The information I get has always come from a place of love. I can't speak for every other psychic, but my readings have always come from a good, ethical, and upbuilding place. It is always for the health and benefit of all concerned. I'm always flooded with love when I'm in the reading mode, and when I do these things, the readings have always served a good and noble purpose. If you'd like to learn more, by all means, either place it in the comments below. And the other thing that you can do is visit my website, occultrealms.com. That is occultrealms.com. And there you can learn more about me and more about other subjects as well. Thank you for watching. And please like and subscribe. Have a wonderful day.